Hey guys, welcome back to Dislight. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Stuart versus Chalmers. They both fill a fairly similar role. I wanted to go through the two of them. I've maxed them both out, done some testing, and then I want to jump in, do some boss damage testing to show you the capabilities of both of them. And I'll give you my quick summary of which one I like and where. So both of them, like I said, fairly similar. So Chalmers, his skill 3, basically deals massive damage. We have the max HP scaling, which is really nice. So deals damage to a target equal to 120% of attack plus 10% of the target's max HP at the cost of 40% of current HP. The amount of the extra damage cannot exceed 300% of attack. This attack inflicts buff blocker. We don't really care about the buff blocker. It's just the damage capacity of this ability that really counts. And then we go over here to Stuart, and keep in mind with my testing, I'm doing the same relic set. Maybe if I changed it up and had more crit damage than attack or more attack than crit damage, it may fluctuate a little bit just because of the scaling of these guys. So for Stuart, deals damage to a target equal to 350% of attack at the cost of 25% of current HP, very similar type ability. When landing a critical hit, it deals bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max health. The amount cannot exceed 200% of his attack rating. Now on this one, he also puts himself to sleep and the enemy to sleep, and then if he gets woken up by an attack, he will use his skill 2, so that is something on top of it. But in essence, these skill 3s are very similar, except Stuart's main multiplier, the big multiplier in Stuart's, is tied into the basic attack of it, where he's got the high portion in that one, and Stuart's in Chalmers is tied into the bonus damage portion. So they're a little bit different in that way, but both same purpose. They want to deal massive damage with his ability. Now, due to Stuart having the sleep on his skill 3, also a sleep on his skill 1 with a 50% chance, and then this one, if the enemy falls below 70%, they fall asleep. On top of that, with this one, because it does put himself to sleep, and you know, if someone wakes him, he will use that skill 2 on them, and if they drop below 70%, he will put them to sleep as well. For this reason, I think Stuart sort of shines in, things like tower and anywhere where you need that CC. However, for bosses, I found that Chalmers, I just find deals more damage. The other thing is Chalmers' second ability also deals the extra damage. So this ability can actually deal massive amounts of damage as well. So this second ability is just higher damage dealing than Stuart's second ability. That's what I like about it. On top of that, we do get a little bit of extra damage with his basic attack as well. So I find Chalmers for bosses and stuff just deals more damage, so I like him more. However, Stuart, for CC, anywhere that you need CC and a high damage dealer, he's nice. For me personally, I don't really use either of them too much in tower or in cube. I just basically stick to Li Ling because we have AP manipulation, and then we have the nice damage with the second ability. So that's what I normally stick to because I like a bit more of that manipulation. But I have teched in Stuart from time to time. I don't really use the Chalmers. But what I want to do is, the thing I want to check is, I want to go do a damage test for you guys. So this is the relic set that I've got on Chalmers. Now, like I said, this may change. If I put a crit damage set and prioritize more crit damage, maybe Stuart would do better. But at the moment, it feels like Chalmers is doing more damage, but I want to show you exactly how much he's doing. So when we look at the relics, they're not the greatest. I've had some bad rolls, as you can see. 2 into flat attack. Would have loved some crit damage on this one. This one, we got a bit of crit damage, bit of attack bonus. What do we got here? Crit rate and crit damage. Got to get that crit rate up somewhere. Crit damage and crit rate on this one. This one has, a bit of attack and some flat attack. This rolled horribly. 2 into flat attack just made me so sad. And this one here, we've got, a bit of attack percent. Like, this just had horrible rolls. So there's definitely room to improve on this set, but we are going for the crit damage attack set just to maximize that damage. Now, I do normally, when I'm running like my general Chronos runs and stuff like that, I will put a speed on this slot just to make things more reliable. But because we're testing for max damage, let's go in and see what we can do. So we're going to jump in. We're going to go to the ritual mirror. Actually, wait, I've got to clear my auto run. Let's see if we get anything good. Maybe we get an upgrade for one of the relics here. Probably not. What do we got? Maybe I'll keep that. It's got speed. That can go. That can go. Yeah, that can go too. All right. So close. Let's go ahead and try. So this is the team I'm using to maximize the damage. We've got the attack buff, we've got the crit rate buff just to make sure we can get some crits. We've got the seer, and we've got the armor break. So we're going to have to do it and see if we can go ahead and get all those debuffs and see what we can do. Okay, there we go. In testing, I also got one. So when only Seer was on the boss and not Armor Break, we were doing about 101k damage. When Armor Break was on but not Seer, we were doing about 124k. So let's see what we do with both on with the Charmers skill 3. Let's see where we're at. So 160k, almost 161k. So that is what Stuart can do with that gear set that I've got. Like I said, keep in mind if we change it to a crit damage set, which I don't have a good set of, maybe it changes it up. I'm going to do some more testing on that in the future. But, you know, most people, when you get to this stage, you're probably still going to be rocking a War Machine set on attack, crit damage, attack. And that's sort of with decent relics. Again, like I showed you, mine can definitely improve from there. So I definitely think you could get him dealing up to 200k damage without an issue. So that is the Charmers test. So now that he's done, let's go ahead and swap that over onto the Stuart and see what he can do. Okay, so let's put Leon back in. As you can see, we've put that exact same set over here on the Stuart. So let's jump into the battle, see what he can do. Okay, here we go. So we did 160,800 with the Charmers. We've got the Seer, we've got the defense break, we got the attack buff on. Let's see, we should be guaranteed to crit. I can't remember where our crit rate's at, but you know, if we miss a crit, it's just sad times. But let's see, go ahead and nuke it. Let's see, 140,000. So as you can see, missing out on 20,000 damage. But like I said, I don't know if he's going to scale better with crit damage due to the fact that a larger portion of his damage comes from the base effect scaling on attack, which then you get higher impact from crit damage as opposed to the max HP scaling portion. So, you know, he's still really, really strong. But like I said, the other thing that I take into account is the fact that is for Charmers, we've also got that ability too, which if, you know, the timing doesn't run right on auto runs, this is still going to deal a very large amount of damage compared to something like his skill 2, which is more there for the CC. So you've got more just damage potential from Charmers. So honestly, out of these two characters, I see Charmers just having more general use. He is a shimmer unit, so you can use him in the two bosses. Having said that, he's got neutral and advantage against APEP, so you know he can be used in two bosses as well. I don't know. I just personally like Charmers more. Like I said, sometimes Stuart, if you need control in the tower and stuff like that, that's where he will shine. In APEP, I use both of these guys in my APEP team. Maybe I'll do APEP speed teams in my next video or in a coming video and show you my teams and what I do there. So there are on different sets. I have tested them. Charmers still does more damage to APEP than what Stuart does, but it's a little bit less, not as big of a difference. However, APEP just seems to have higher damage mitigation, so the damage numbers aren't as high. But in all, I like Charmers for bosses. I like Stuart for tower and cube. However, I will test this again once I get a good crit damage set and see if that has a greater impact on making Stuart better. But, you know, it's pretty nice that Stuart's a really cool new unit, but you've still got that free-to-play Charmers that's just an absolute monster that anyone can, well, pretty much anyone can get. If you've played a month and a half and you don't have Charmers, I feel sorry for you. But, you know, he's a really good option. He's a fantastic unit. I absolutely love Charmers, but, you know, Stuart, still really sick. I love the control. Stuart as well, I didn't mention, for PvP combat, for especially guild battles and stuff like that, Stuart shines way more. Like, the fact that you've only got 3 enemies, you can put one to sleep, and then another one attacks you, whether it be with an AoE or a single target, and then you can wake up and put them to sleep as well. He's huge for guild battles, so I forgot to mention that one. Guild battles, Stuart by far. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.